Oh my god. Seriously. My goodness. I have had it with these things, man. Like Jesus. Like I keep reading the manuals and the damn thing decides to crap out on stream. Like it decides to go out on my internet connection and it craps out for maybe like a minute or two until I have to reboot it back up again. It's so annoying. So like now we have to finish off where we left off, then I have to restart. We have to restart on a new stream here. So yeah, like you come back and the entire stream died. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was weird as hell, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I know. Jeez, man, that was terrible. But like these things happened, and now I'm back from the bathroom. You guys can now see me here. So, all right. Now we're gonna finish where we left off here. So let's see. So ticket value. Set the value of your tickets, or actually, I think I left off on the express payout. So express payout. When set to on, for tickets to be dispensed and tickets are earned. Recommended setting when set to off, ticket payout is dispensed after the completion of the card game. E-ticket mode. Raw Thrill support the use of paperless tickets or e-tickets. With our new e-tickets mode, if you are using digital tickets via a card-based system like Embed, Intercard, Smax to a two-player simultaneous player experience like the Space Invaders Frenzy, it splits the credits and e-ticket payout to the player 1 and player 2 sides of the game to two separate card swipers. Each player's payout and credits will be properly divided to the corresponding player's card. An announcement or action amusement only. This mode is a unique action arcade experience and is different than the video reception mode. When the controls and general gameplay remain the same, amusement up only towards a longer playing experience. The player plays only for points and to compete. The game after all 50 stages are cleared. There are no tickets awarded during this mode. To turn on amusement mode, you can access it in the payout settings menu. This mode is perfect for non-ticket redemption locations. It provides a more traditional, longer play action arcade experience. God, extra lives is an adjustment only available and accessible when amusement only is set to on. Operator can adjust the number of lives given per credit. Oh God, this is really long. I'll give you that. So audits. Audit screens help access game performance, find intermediate problems, decide whenever to adjust game difficulty, and free game award, and help maximize game earnings. System audits logged information including boots, resets, game times, and more. Coin audits tracks income related information, coin slot usage, dollar bill usage, and more. Game audit checks the gameplay habits of your customers, how many bonus ships hit, average scores, number of jackpots, payout percentage, and more. Utilities. Utilities is a miscellaneous menu of operator tools and settings. Resets. All operator resets are available in this menu. Coins, tickets, audits, adjustments, high score, leaderboards are all accessible here. You can also factory reset the game in this menu, which will restore all settings to the original factory settings. Copy to USB allows you to upload your audits to an easy to read text file, TXT, or USB flash drive. Leaderboard settings allows you to turn high score leaderboards on or off. On is the default and recommended setting. Screen brightness adjusts the brightness of your Space Invader's Frenzy screen. There are 6 levels of brightness to choose from. 6 is the default value and is the recommended setting. Trade show mode. Turn this mode on when operating on a trade show, sales floor, or demo floor. This game runs on free play and also simulates this game runs on free play and also simulates ticket payouts without a ticket error appearing on the screen. Attract music mode. This allows you on how frequently you want the volume to play during the attract mode. Choose from on occasionally and off. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be a long read. I'm gonna skip all this since I'm not even gonna go through any of this. Okay, card swipe locations. I don't even want to read any of this. PC hardware. Your Space Invaders and Frenzy may ship with a Dell Esperanto 350 computer. Okay. Dell Esperanto 350 computer square in shape. You can download on which the computer is rectangular in shape, has no logo. Listed below are the BIOS settings of each computer. Jesus, this is gonna take a long time. I'm not gonna read any of this. This is actually quite boring, to be honest. I'll give you that. This is actually pretty boring. I want to get to the good stuff here. This is not what I wanted for the stream. Technical support, electrical okay. Okay, what is this? I can't even read any of this. What is this? It's a table with the symbols. This is like not something that I would read. Jeez, man. What is this? God, this is actually pretty cool, but honestly, I would never read any of this to begin with. Control cabinet assembly. Okay, that's more boring stuff there. Is there anything based on the game though? Like, this is more like hardware wise. I'm not gonna read it through any of this. It's like close-ups. Yeah, this is just close-ups and just more hardware capabilities. And more stuff about the games and hardware. Yeah, quite long indeed. That was okay. Like, you can't. Okay, but think about it. Many years ago, there were kids spending $20 a day worth of quarters playing games at the arcade. It was awesome. Now we get to see what it was like back then for the workers who made these experiences possible. I know, and literally, I commend the workers for bringing the experience to us, and honestly, I thank all of them. Without arcades, gaming wouldn't be what it is today. A lot of games that came in the 80s, early 70s. That came before the age of home consoles. Arcades were the big buzz. We also kind of get to see how kids develop anger issues. Yeah, Yeah, we all know. And I'll put on my face cam for this because I really want to talk face to face with you all. So yeah. Um, so these workers that go behind the lines, to make the experience as possible. It's I really do want to thank them for the experience that they gave us like many years ago. And still now, um there's still like arcades around, but not as much anymore. Like you can definitely see like an arcade in like the entertainment centers like Dave and Buster's, Best Buy, actually no, not Best Buy, but Dave and Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese, uh, a lot of those places, the places that are like entertainment centers, um, like, like Chuck E. Cheese, Dave and Buster's, those arcades in like Las Vegas or something. The world's largest retro arcade game is only an hour away from me. Nice. You're close to there. Wow. An hour away? God, you just man, it's got so many great games. Dude, I wish I could visit there. Like serious, I wish I could just, visit that arcade that you're talking about. Like serious, I would enjoy the heck out of it. And honestly, one thing I'll say though, arcades are not as popular as they are today, cause people home consoles is taking over like the PS5 and the Nintendo Switch and the Wii U and and all the other stuff. But like I said, these operators that give the it's even got an unreleased Beavis and Butthead video game. Nice. That's pretty crazy, man. But like I said, like these these operators, man, they do so much to bring the magic, and it's like, dude, like I never could have done that. I barely could even know how to do that. Let alone like what I could do tech wise. I'm not that tech that tech savvy with arcade machines, but that is pretty fascinating. Even the very first Street Fighter, what a wonderful game. Yeah, pretty good times, man. And what I'm gonna reiterate again, time and time again, these workers really do put in the work for us. And these manuals, I get, they're long, and I don't want to sit through a long manual, but you gotta give them credit, man. Like these, like like we never seen what goes into these like arcade things, like with these arcade cabinets, what Donkey Kong used to be, what Space Invaders used to be, what Galaga used to be, what Mario Brothers from '83 used to be, like these operators do all the work to make it possible, and it's really crazy to think about. And with everything that I showcased here, like the manuals and stuff, it it brings like so many things that we never thought of before. And we all might think that we played these games, we play the games, but we never know what goes on behind the scenes. It's just it's really fascinating, really, when you find these things online that you never knew about. And it's just really something, really. And And it's pretty crazy to think about. So just something to think. It's you know I could be the first person to say, like, oh yeah, like, yeah, we're just gamers. We don't really know what goes on, but given what we took a look at here today with the Space Invaders Frenzy Manual, it truly shows all the work. It shows everything. And with that, it just makes it great. We have all these great experiences. The '80s kids got to experience all these good games, and people from our generation, get to experience these games, in like entertainment centers and stuff like that, but like, seriously, man, like, if it wasn't for these operators of the arcade cabinets, we wouldn't even get arcades to begin with. We wouldn't even know about video games to begin with, since yeah, we had the first home console, which is the Fairchild Channel F, but nobody really knows about that anymore. It just, like, we don't really know about the first console. We just know about, like, the arcades, and you know people that are like older than us, like maybe in like they're like 30s maybe. They experienced the first video game at an arcade, and it's just so great to see people like older than us explain, like, how like how, like, they were the ones that experienced, like, the older game the current generation didn't experience until, like, way later, or until now. That's something to, damn it, like it's very fascinating, really. Like, I get it. All the time put into maintaining an arcade is looked over a lot when they're mentioned, I can tell. Yeah, I know. Oh, it's back. So, you know, like I was saying before, the older generation got to experience the arcades, like the people who are like maybe 30 years old or something like that got to experience these games once, they like once they got out, they got to experience the old consoles, the NES, the SNES, the Nintendo 64, the GameCube, for all we know, and um a lot of other different things too. And just it's it's so fascinating when you think that, that, like, oh, damn it. uh, I'm gonna reiterate before, you know, before I was cut off so rudely by the lag, like like I said in the chat, the older generations that were there before us, like in their 30s, got to experience the arcades. Not sure what's going on, like loading circle, but like I said in the chat, it's the NES, the SNES. Just a lot of things, man. Things that mm, happen, and it's just fascinating, really. So, I just wanted to point that out there. But red. Oh, nice, nice. It like seriously, like you're lucky to have somebody who tells you of like old shows and stuff, and like I you got to see so many cool pieces of pop culture. The video fix, let's go. Yeah, I know. And like I said, I think he used to tell you about shows he used to watch. He said like Battle of Star Galactic. So like, this is where like it kicks in for me. So like um oh my god. Okay, so we kicks in. So like um so my dad, he's like a big like music fan. So he always used to tell me like when he was like when back in like Mexico or something. Like back where he used to live, and he told me that, nice. Like, so he told me like my dad used to like, you know like my dad used to be like a huge music fan. He is still a big music fan. Like he owns like a couple CDs of rock, and different things. Man, like it's wild that, wild that, people of like the generation before us like can view different things before like our generation used to have. And I'm impressed. I'm I'm really just like grateful that I really strong strong way of like, my dad has been a big music fan, and he's passed that down to me. And it's so cool to hear all these different artists, from around the world that I never would have heard of before. And it's fascinating, really. And cartoons the same, video games the same with other people. It's fascinating, really, really fascinating. So, you know, to tell you that that I really am grateful for what it is. It's an understatement. I really am blessed to have that as part of me, because it's something that I will cherish for years to come. So, that's something that that never goes away. And it is something that is near and dear to my heart. Yeah, so all we're gonna do now. So I don't have anything else to do now, since it's now like 8 o'clock. So I'm probably gonna go now. It's extremely laggy, so